Hello. Hi, how you doing, you guys? Oh my goodness. I see some people are here, so let me see. Spiritually enchanted. Can't wait. Can't wait. Love the live. Oh, spiritually enchanted. Is that Brittany? If you're a poeteer, type in that you're a poeteer too. So there's several people here. Good morning. I hope you guys don't mind my spooky background. I know that sometimes people get a little nervous about, wait, this side, dolls. But I got this brand new spooky review backdrop. And I actually, before I woke up early, so I did some spooky review. I'm working on my next spooky review story. If any of you haven't listened to my spooky review, it went from being like books and like book reviews and movie reviews, but I wanted to start telling stories live, and some of them are based on some, truth, and then I add these fictional adaptations. Some are completely made up. Some are taken off of something, some maybe true story that I heard, and then I change it and I add my own thing to it. But anyway, I'm working on another one right now. So since I was up early this morning, I figured that I would go ahead and just record some. And this is the backdrop that I'm using. Let me see something. I want to see if I move this. No, that's actually, I forgot I taped this little thing down. It's weird because I'm looking at it, but it's like backwards the way I'm looking at it. So anyway, you guys, good morning, and it's wonderful to see you there. Okay, so let me see. Um, hey, Rockstar. Hello, good morning. So we've got some shy people not commenting. Okay, here we go. Some are coming in. Charlie Jean, good morning. So tell me where you guys are where do you guys live? Like what area or state are you in? Sometimes you guys are from other places too, like out of the country. So let me know that. And keep in mind, you guys too, I always like to say this, that my vision is not good. So I have to kind of lean in because I can't use my big monitor. I have to unplug it for this. Otherwise I look crazy. So I'm going to have to lean in to see what you guys are saying. So Angela, hello. Charlie, spiritually enchanted, hello. Yes, Brandy. Okay, it was you. I thought so. Okay, so Angela's in Connecticut, Northeast Ohio. Hello from New York. Hello. Oh my goodness, this is so fun. Vicky, I see you there too. PA, hi. Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness. So I want to, usually with these, you guys, I do a couple, well, before I move on, because I almost forgot to do this again, I want to start asking how many of you is this your first time here? Is there anyone here that this is your first time? If so, just put first time in the chat. I want to start doing that to acknowledge the newbies that are here. So what I was saying is that usually I use the beginning of this to do what I'm doing right now, which is make introductions, right, and say hello. But I always have a little list of things that I want to go over, but then I wanted to actually just have you guys talk to me a little bit about what's on your mind and do that first this time too, because I always feel like it ends up happening and then we don't have enough time to go over it. So let's see. Oh, Angela, it's your first time. Yay! Welcome, welcome. Well, we like to have fun here. And just so you know, it's very unscripted. And I make a couple of notes of things I want to talk about. But I feel like my life is so like regimented out that on the coffee dates, that's why I don't even book I don't set like, oh, we're going to do it at this time every single time. I don't do that. It's like whenever the spirit moves me is when we do this because I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be fun and just kind of unscripted, but there are things that I do. So I always end up giving you guys updates. I love to do Q&A and just talk about patterns that I'm seeing amongst all of us and what we're going through, which usually generates conversation. And I always love to do giveaways, and so we do it in a fun way where we play Taboo, but we do it Sufi style because there's obviously no one here to play with me. But even when I do have that, I don't have anyone. We don't do it the way that Taboo tells you to do it because it makes people like really competitive, and I just like to have fun and play guessing games basically. so so we're going to do that at the end where you guys can win a few things. Okay. And it's usually anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. I don't, I give myself the hour if it's a little bit less or even, at the hour, a little after the hour. It's all good. Okay. So let's see. Chandela. Chandela Dot. Okay. First time here. Just finished a few of your classes. Thank you for everything. Oh, you're welcome. You guys, this is so exciting. And Chandela Dot, where are you from? Let me know where you're from, especially since it's your first time. How many of you are drinking something, and what type in the chat, what are you guys drinking? So is it morning time where you're at? What's the time difference, and what are you drinking? I am drinking caramel brulee, Pete's Coffee caramel brulee. It's so good in the K-cups. If you guys haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. And it smells the whole place up too. It's like really sweet. Okay, so let's talk about, let's see what we got here. I'm boring. What? Oh, okay. Here they come. I'm boring. I just drink water. Water's my favorite drink, so that's not boring at all. Water and the popcorn was the must. Oh, oh my gosh, you guys, my favorite thing is popcorn. I don't know if I've ever said this to you guys, but every week we try and go to the movies, my husband and I, or we'll do, if we skip it, it's because there's something that we stream here live. But I will even go to the movie theater, get the big tub of popcorn and bring it home because I just absolutely love eating popcorn. And I had some last night. We saw Dune, by the way. I saw Dune 1, and because we wanted to see Dune 2 because everybody I know has been talking about it. So we went out and we live streamed Dune 1 at home. And so we went to the movie theater and we got popcorn, and that was our Friday night thing. And then today we're actually going to go to the theater to see Dune 2 on the big screen. And I loved it. I don't know. Have you guys seen it? I loved it because I don't know. It's magical, right? It shows you like the being born into something and how everybody has all these other reasons of why there's conflict, but then someone who's born into it who doesn't tap into those same beliefs, but they have this magical power and seeing what they're going to do with it. I just love that whole concept. So I can't wait to see the second part. Let me see what else we got here. Charlie Jean, nettle tea, by the gallon. Spring has some sort of vendetta against my face. Okay, and Chandela, I'll be making hazelnut coffee. Yum. You know what? I love hazelnut coffee too, but recently I got a hazelnut coffee and it tasted like very watered down, so it kind of like turned me off from buying that for a while. But it wasn't through Pete's either, because Pete's is usually very strong. I like sweet coffee, but I don't like weak coffee. And yeah. So anyway, okay, so I want to open it up to you guys, and I want you to tell me what's on your mind. Like, do you guys have any specific questions that you want to ask right now before I start just getting into updates and sharing some stuff with you? I want to share some patterns with you that I've noticed. My husband and I were just talking about. But first, do you guys have any questions? Sometimes your questions come after I do the other part. So let's see what you got for me. Oh, Vicky, you're so sweet. You're the best. What's been going on with you guys that you have been, well, what have you been working on, or what do you feel is the spiritual thing that you've been working on lately? Let's start there. I'll give you, since it takes a minute, no specific questions, but I taught my first workshop yesterday. Angela, what? Everybody give her like praise. Woo woo. You taught, okay, so Angela, what did you teach your first workshop in? This is, type it in the notes so we could all see that, but kudos to you for doing that. And maybe we should talk about the bravery, that it requires for you to do that, because you do have to put yourself out there. And one of the things that I recently asked, because I have a new course coming out, it's the influencer course. And I had put out on our Facebook page, what things are you afraid of in regards to putting yourself out there? And I got some really good feedback, which I used, by the way, and I created videos to go over those specific things. But it is scary. And one that just came in the other day was, not so much fear of putting yourself, like saying how you feel and putting yourself out there, but fear that some, random troll could come in and just take it all away from you, with negativity and spreading negative information about you. And that's really valid. I mean, I did do some already before any of that came in. I had done videos, and I think that was one of the first things that I covered, because it's a pretty standard fear of being vulnerable and putting yourself out there. Let me read what Angela said. I don't know how to type it in the notes, but I was on what I call a sacred nutrition, which is focused on healing people's relationship with food. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, let's see. And then spiritually enchanted couples therapy course is what you were working on. It was awesome. Learned so much more about myself. Oh my goodness, what else could I ask for, right? Like, that's the whole point. We learn whatever I don't know. I put things out there because I want to share what I've learned, and I put it out there thinking that you guys will cherry pick what you need out of it, right? Because you guys come to every course already with your own experience and things that you already know. And I don't want to change that for you. I'm not trying to get people to be little clones of me. In fact, I don't, I do this in the classes all the time. I said, don't just believe me because I said it. I want you to go out and put this stuff into practice, because it's about, you finding the perfect you. It's not about you regurgitating stuff that I say, but it's like finding a home for the lessons within your soul, and taking whatever it is that you need out of that for that moment. It's like a good book, like you can read a good book, and at that moment you have certain needs, and you're going to take from it what you need at that moment, but you could read it later and then you pick up other things because you're ready for that next level. So the whole point of any class that I do is to share what I've learned, and to allow you guys to cherry pick what works for you and leave behind what doesn't. And we can always, be open to new, new thoughts and ways of doing things. Let me catch up here and see some other. So I love, by the way, the food thing is really important. And I should say this, that it's interesting that you brought that up with the relationships with food, because that's the way my husband and I always talk about food, is learning to have a relationship with food, because your first obligation is to your own health, right? Because you can't put your mission out there. You can't go forward with your mission if you're having a lot of health issues. You can't, let me say that backwards. You can still do that, but what you want to do is you want to really focus on doing the best that you can to make yourself as healthy as you can. And that usually starts with your relationship to food. And there's all kinds of other things around that kind of intersect, and that creates what we need to work on within ourselves. But when we're just talking about the food portion of it, I just think it's a beautiful thing to watch somebody perceive food in a different way. And like my sister, she's, one of my sisters is developing that right now. I personally went through that myself, and I'm still always adding layers to that. I almost eat all, like every week. I was just telling my husband, every week we end up with a very empty refrigerator because we've really switched into eating perishables. Like almost everything that we eat is perishables, but we have a few things that are in the freezer or what have you, but we're eating differently. And I'm losing weight because I'm making different choices with my food because I have to look out for my health because I want to keep being able to do what I do to help other people. It's important to me. And I had posted on this on Facebook that the last time that I had gone for my physical, which I do once a year to take care my commitment to take care of myself, that what came back from my blood tests was pre-diabetic. And I was like, what? That's crazy. So I started realizing, from what my doctor told me, it's like you can control that with your diet. And if you just lost a little bit of weight, you can control that. So that really started me on this journey to tweak again my relationship to food. So there's all kinds of layers to that, but all of it is because I want to live the life I have to be as healthy as I can. It's again not about perfection or being perfect or abstaining from everything. It's just about balance, but also, protecting this vessel so that I can continue to do the things that I want to do to help others. Right? So that's important to me. So that's my motivation. So I'm so happy that you did that because it seems like people are changing their relationship with food right now. And I think it's a beautiful thing, because it just makes you feel better about yourself, and that's what it's all about. So let me read some of these other things here. I will be finishing, Chandel, I'll be finishing the shaman class with you this weekend. I'm so excited to add this to my Reiki practice. Awesome. I'm also going to be teaching a shamanic drum making class. Awesome. Um, and let's see, Charlie Jean sent my book in for publishing on Thursday. Second book completed on Friday. Healed, headed for publishing. Sorry, you guys, my eyes. This is tiny print here. Um, so kudos on the book thing. And Charlie, were you part of any of my writing classes or writing workshop? I'm imagining that you probably took one or all of those courses. So kudos to you. You guys see, this is the amazing thing is you guys are actually out there in the world doing stuff, right? Like you're putting yourself out there and I'm not going to say all of it because I have a whole section on vulnerability and a whole section on fear that's coming out in the influencer class. And there's no way for me to give you guys, okay, this is what you do to overcome it every time. And it's more like giving you perspectives so that you can learn how to deal with it. Because Brittany said, because we're talking on the, my author page. If you guys aren't on it, do the Sufani Wiseman Garza author page. If you're an author or you want to be part of the reading and writing conversation, you can join that on Facebook and Instagram. But Facebook is more interactive. Instagram is like crickets. Nobody participates there, but Facebook, they do. But Brittany and I just had a conversation sharing some frustrations. And we said every time we post something that it's a safe place to post your frustrations as an author. And every time that you have to post something like that, we came up with a code word, which is espresso. You just type in espresso in all caps and then vent, because it's a safe place for you to do that. But when you're out in the public, it takes a lot of courage for you to do that, and that shouldn't be underestimated, that the power of fear and the fear of being vulnerable is, that prevents people from actually taking steps to do what they want to do. And so when I hear people saying that they're going out and they're doing all of that, it just makes me so proud and so happy because I'm always like, when you guys write in, I always, tell you like, shine your light when you write in for diplomas. That's one of the last things I say to you is shine your light, because that's what you're doing every time you step forward to be a leader. Like everything that you're doing when you're holding a workshop or you're publishing a book, or you're taking a new class because you're going to implement it somewhere in your life to help other people, you're stepping forward as a leader. And that's gonna separate you from all the followers, and don't get me wrong, you need followers, right? There needs to be leaders and there's followers. Not everybody wants to lead. And so the fact that you're stepping forward in a really positive way and you're willing to lead people, it's a beautiful thing. And you're going to have a lot of people that love and respect you, but you're also going to have people that are going to come out of the woodwork to say rude things. And it always surprises me. Like some things is people misunderstand something and then they blame you for it because they misunderstood. Um, Sometimes I get this a lot too. People will leave comments and they'll end it with, "It's just my opinion." And what they do is they give you a small compliment, and then the rest of everything that they say is putting you down. And the thing is you got to understand that you're out there and that's going to happen. People have opinions all day long and they're going to share them, and you don't really want them or care about them, but they're going to share it anyway. And one of the things that Brittany said that I really loved, which was, if they ain't hating, we ain't doing it right. Right? Because just imagine people on a huge scale. If there are some like really famous people, they get so much hate. They get a lot of love, but they get a lot of hate because they're out there in a really powerful way. And you're always going to have these people that are like trolls, that are going to come out. But the thing I want to address with the comment that I was saying earlier is that you don't have to fear people taking everything away from you, because no one can do that. What you have to offer, that's yours. That's something that you put out into the world. And no one else can change your intention of the things that you put out into the world. If you had love in your heart and you wanted to share wisdom and love in some way, and you put that out into the world, there's no troll that's going to be able to ever take that away from you. And it's a perspective that you have to keep in your mind, and just remember that, again, if you're out there in a big way, you're going to get big responses. You're going to get good responses, bad responses, and what have you. And one of the things that I learned, because I was struggling with, we all do, by the way, we all struggle with getting negative comments. It doesn't matter how many times you get them. I mean, you can see famous people who struggle with it. Some people don't even read, their comments or anything, because they just do that for their mental health. They can't read all these negative things because you might have a million good things, but you hang on to those negative ones. They just chip away at you. Some people choose, when they're super famous, to not even read them. It goes through other people, and then their people give them the good stuff, and they avoid looking at all the other stuff. It's tough though when you're like us. You're a small business owner, or someone who's practicing in the light, and you're what do they call that? It's very grassroots. You're very grassroots, and so you're going to see everything that comes through, and it really makes an impact on you. But when I was struggling with it, one time, not this last time, but the time before, and I don't even remember what it was. So it was regarding a course, and someone said something really negative and mean to me. I considered it mean. Um, and I struggled with that. And then I thought, I need more wisdom. So I sat and I channeled. I was in silence and I sat and channeled and just said, speak to me on this, and how to let go of that feeling that's going through me. And one of the things that came back, and it's an actual channeled message, so I'm going to give you a little insight into the course that's coming. The influencer course, lecture 1, it's a channeled message. And it's a beautiful, like, video. It's not me on screen, it's me reading this. It's very short. I think it's like a minute or something. And it's just a quick introduction, but it's a channeled message that I got in regards to how to handle that. And the channeled message told me that, people need to be allowed to leave what they want to say without consequence. And that was the thing that stuck to me was, without consequence. It's like I framed that particular phrase out of everything else, without consequence, meaning that I come back and I say something. When you do that also, you're locking yourself into a conversation with someone who's unpleasant, and now they know they have your undivided attention, and you just gave them kind of an elevated role in this communication, and they feel like they have a direct line into you, versus if you completely ignored it, they don't have any line into you at all, other than, putting something negative out there. So it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there like that. And, what keeps sticking with me is what Brittany said, which was just, if they ain't hating, you ain't doing it right. And that doesn't mean, you're going to get it. You're going to get some conversation, it doesn't mean like, oh, if I didn't get any negative comments, I'm not doing it right. No, you're doing just fine. It's a way for us to deal with it. It's a playful way to deal with the negativity that you're going to encounter. And, at the end of the day, it's like Frank Sinatra said, I did it my way. Like I recently had somebody that was telling me, emailed me specifically, instead of leaving a book review, emailed me and said, I finished your book. It was very entertaining. And then he went on to leave this really long email telling me everything that he felt was wrong with my book. And it's like, why did you take your time to craft that? If you didn't like it, it was almost like a know-it-all post, like they know it all. And, and literally was telling me what I should do. You should do this. You should have done that. And I was like, whoa, okay. And then, in my mind, I was like, I want to respond and say, in the words of Frank Sinatra, I did it my way, But then I thought about that and I thought, no, it takes courage to be out there, and I don't need to comment with this person. I don't need to do that, because that just gives them a direct line into me. No one, unless you're out there as a public figure, also, it's really easy to say, oh, well, that shouldn't bother you, or you can take it a little bit differently because you're not out. The people that are saying those things to you are not necessarily out there to understand what it feels like. So it really comes down to, it's about us and putting our own love and light out into the world. And it doesn't have to be about perfection. It just has to be your expression. And that's all. If you put stuff out with good intention, then you've done your duty, and that's what it's all about, is expressing yourself. And that kind of leads me into something else that my husband is talking about. Both of us were chatting about the patterns of things that we see. And one of them was about being open, like just being open to everything. And that might take on a different tone for different people. Before I go on with that, though, I want to see if I'm missing anything. Okay. Divinity and Metaphysical School. Are you going to continue on more classes in the school like you did with Soul School? Took the first one, now the new one, and I'm speechless above anything, I imagine. For the Soul School, Brittany, you're speechless? Okay, congratulations, Charlie. Yay, Charlie. Okay. I just want to say congratulations on your new ministerial coach course. Thank you. You really packed it so unbelievably well and presented it with so much confidence and bravery. It was very inspiring to me. Thank you so much for that. Are you with the American Association of Drugless Practitioners and the Reiki Practitioners Association? Do you lose lineage? Do you lose lineage everything? Sorry, you guys, my eyes stuff. Brittany, I'm not sure who that is, if you're talking to Charlie Jean or not. Oh, underneath. Oh my God, autocorrect. Sorry. Yes, it was me. Okay. So let me go to the Divinity School. Okay. So we'll talk about that. So Divinity School, you guys, that class, I knew after I did the theology and spirituality class that I needed to do another, because I had so much knowledge and information that was just sitting there, and I felt like I need to, this is my, what do you call it? What do you call it? It's your, not your lineage, it's your legacy. Oh, I knew it was an L. Everything that I've learned, this is all my legacy. It's what I'm leaving behind to teach other people so no lessons are lost, right? Everybody will have the chance to hear it, whatever it is that I want to teach, and it's my legacy that I leave behind. And I had so much information that, regarding the theology study and, everything that I had studied far beyond the spirituality and theology class, and so I had prepped that class knowing I wanted to do it, but then it takes a lot of energy out of me to do that topic, because I've since moved on into a different way of life and I don't focus on all of those, the religious aspect of things. It feels like everything is blended beautifully into my life for what works for me. So I don't focus in terms in my personal life regarding religion. So it was something I have to go back to and bring up. And then it's like immediately go into how I do things, and how I learned things, and I can kind of, it's like being kickstarted, again. So that class sat there on my, my Udemy platform, partially started for over a year. And I just didn't have the energy, and then all of a sudden, it was like I had the energy to do it again, and so I did the class, and it was like, how do I present all this stuff? What do I wanna say? What are the topics that I studied that were fascinating to me? And I wanted to make sure to put all of those topics in there for you, because they were pretty common things, like the Shroud of Turin, everybody wants to know about that, and is it real or not? And there was a lot of things like that in the class. The Gospels of Judas, things that were kind of off limits to a lot of people, or those would be things that wouldn't be in a traditional course because they're only focused on certain things. And I wanted to kind of bring in some of the other things that might not have been taught in other courses. And it took a while for me to do it. But, once I decide I'm going to do a course and I just start putting it out. And so that took me a little while. I think it took a couple months for me to finish that one, but it sat for like a little over a year. I think it just sat there because it takes a lot of energy to do all of that for me. More so than any other class, because a lot of this stuff, I'm riffing. I'm telling what I know and I'm sharing perspectives and stuff. But when you're talking about religion, you have to get real deep into it. And there's so many resources and things that I want to give you all. And so it really took a lot out. But it is being received really, really well. I think this month alone, we have like 66 new students. It might be different now, but I think that was the last number that I saw for this month. And I just want to thank you guys because you guys are the reason why the classes do well. I also want to tell you that I'm so proud of you guys because you guys are working really, really hard getting all these, classes in, and all of a sudden there was a little bit of a lull because so many people that had been working towards their diplomas had received them, and there was like a short period where it was a little bit of a lull. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, everybody's requesting their diplomas. They're purchasing, they're processing and getting their advanced diplomas or their mastership diplomas. And I want to remind you too that you don't have to wait to get the advanced diplomas where you hit 20 or 30 courses in with your prerequisites. You can actually you can earn your mastership diplomas along the way. So make sure to look at the diploma page and look at the mastership diplomas and see if you've already got some certain courses in, because the course load is a lot less to get the mastership diplomas, but it's by topic, right? So you have to have these certain things in. So I'm proud of you guys because you guys are really like on a mission to get your diplomas, and hearing and seeing what you guys are going to do with it, and how I've gotten comments like, this has been a dream come true. And this is what I'm talking about. It's like one life touches so many. So never underestimate the importance of what you're doing in your own mission in life. Never underestimate the classes that you hold and the conversations that you have and the books that you put out, because they're touching people. One life touches so many others, and that's the impact that you're making. You're not trying to change the world, right? Because the world is a nameless, faceless entity. In the words of Joseph Campbell, I'm helping people one person at a time, and I think that's, what do you say? I'm helping people. I may not be changing the world, but I'm helping people. And that's what matters, right? Because the world, you could go on forever putting good stuff out and feel like you're never making any accomplishment because there's so much bad out in the world. But when you look at the individual people that you're helping, those people make up part of the world. And those are the people you can focus on. Those are the people you can see. Those are the people that are commenting to you, right? They're telling you the impact. Those are the people you focus on, the ones that are giving you the love. You focus on what you want, not on what you don't want, right? And that goes with the reviews and putting yourself out there, right? Like, focus on what you want, which is the good reviews. Don't focus on the ones you don't, which is the people that just say nasty things or have their opinions that are not very nice. They may not be mean or hateful, but they may not be very nice, or they just may be rude or like pointless to you. Like, why did you take the time to craft something that was just going to put my stuff down? Right? You would look at it and go, I would never do that to somebody. But everybody's different, but you focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Okay. So let me go back here. Okay. So if this is for me, are you, okay, I read back too far. Hold on a second. I love the theology course. Took it last year. I loved it and oops, and wanted to want wait and waited for this new ministerial coach and taking that one. Now love it. Excellent. Charlie, the Gospel of Judas was my favorite section in the course. Fabulous. I've also taken the Master of Theology and Spirituality course and have the Good Witch and Theosophy master in my wish list. The Good Witch course, oh man, you know, the Good Witch course to me is right up there with the Divinity and Ministerial Coach class. It's meaty. It's very meaty like that. Loads of resources and different things to think about, and loaded with history and all the misconceptions. It's just, and it's actually, parts of it are kind of cinematic. They're really pretty too. Like sometimes I put together these videos and then I'm like, that was beautiful. It's like a little movie or something, and then there's fun parts where we talk about language and sound and the sacredness of sound and letters and why people do chants and why people do spells, right? Words are spells too. And it goes into the whole thing of understanding all of that. And then I correlate it to sounds that you hear in movies and why they use certain sounds that create that, because these were also sounds that you could make for spells and stuff like that too. And it's not all dark. Like people think, oh, negativity. No, it's not. And it really broke down a lot of old practices that that people hear about today, and they're scared of them, or they think they were crazy, and they may seem crazy to us today, but there was reasons for why they did it. And when you break down the reason, you start to understand it a little bit more. So the Good Witch class is, to me, like after I finished it, I was like, oh my God, like that was a lot. Just, I felt the same way with the divinity course. I was like, that was a lot. But I'm so proud of it. It's something that it's cataloged forever, right? I did it. I did my duty. I put it out there forever. Okay, let me see. Let me see some of this. Oh, I'm gonna read some more. Give me a second. Yeah, and the Gospel of Judas, that was something. I don't even have words for that, but yeah. Okay, a big question I have is, can I still get advanced diploma even though I already have Reiki Master outside of POVA? Yes, of course. So the way that it works though, okay, so there's certificates and there's diplomas. So Certificates are what you earn after a class, and I'm just saying this, you guys might all get this already, but just in case, just in case, because I get this often, that people are requesting they might request a diploma, and what they really mean is a certificate. Okay, so there's certificates that you get per class. It's like you finish a class, you can get a POBA certificate. Okay, and Charlie does all of that. Then there is the diplomas, and the diplomas have prerequisites. So the diplomas you could get, there's 2 advanced diplomas that have 20 and 30 courses, and they each have their own prerequisites that you have to have in order to get them. And then there's mastership diplomas, which are broken down into smaller topics like sections. And those all have their own, and they might have anywhere from, I don't know, 3 to 6 or 7 classes that you have to take per, but they're linked together to make a really strong mastership diploma. Okay, and Reiki is one of those. You can get Reiki certificates in each one of my Reiki classes, but there's also a Reiki diploma. And I forgot how it's worded. I think it might be Reiki and metaphysics or alternative healing. I can't remember right now how it's broken down. But there is a diploma to be a Reiki master teacher plus. Now, the question that I get sometimes, and I don't know if this is what you're asking, is that you can be a Reiki practitioner already, but I only give diplomas or certificates to people who take POBA Reiki or POBA classes. I do not allow people to use other people's, like say if you already had Reiki master with someone else, and then you see, okay, I need Reiki 1, 2, and 3 plus some other stuff to get the diploma. And you're thinking, well, I took Reiki 1, 2, and 3 with another person, so I have those. I just need to take these other classes. And now I have all these certificates. It doesn't work that way. You have to take all of POBA's classes in the prerequisites to get that. So absolutely you can do that, but you have to take it over. Now, the thing that a lot of people actually take all of my courses over again, even if they've had Reiki. And the reason why I say it's good to do that, because every Reiki practitioner has a slightly different background. If you took my chakra and Sei Kim class, it's like Sei Kim Reiki. You get a little bit of that history of why Reiki is so diverse. So what that means is there's people that teach Reiki very differently across the board. I do Usui traditional Reiki. It's pretty much very clean to what just the original Reiki that came out was. And I have my own way of teaching things and my own perspectives that I give to make it come alive and make sure that it's understandable, in practical terms. And so I do things a little bit differently. And every person that has ever responded to me who already had those certificates but retook it always says to me, I learned so many additional things that I didn't know. And so it's very beneficial. But yes, you just have to make sure that you take all of the POBA courses to qualify. You cannot use other people's certificates towards a POBA diploma, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's see. Let me see what else here. So hopefully I answered that. Tell me if there was another question. Vicki, I have many courses done. I haven't had much energy to send them. I love all of your courses. I don't realize how much I retain until I'm able to help someone. Well, that's the thing, right? Is that you put it in your storehouse of goodness, and then when it's called upon, it's there, right? It's there for you to share. Okay, let's see. I was already a Reiki master, took POBA Reiki, was different. And it helped knowing both teachings. Yeah, so like we always say, Reiki does no harm. And anything that you can learn in addition that strengthens what you know is really good. So it doesn't hurt for you to do that. Okay, so I can't believe I've been talking and we've been chatting and it's already 10:47. And I like to have these done within like an hour. I like to do them for like an hour. So I'm just going to go over really quickly a few things. So the patterns that I've seen that are happening is relationships and partnerships like fruition. And people are people are not only partnership being with other people, but they're open to relationships with other people and they're really putting themselves out there. And when I say partnership, it doesn't mean that you're going into business with other people. It could be like this. You're willing to come into my world and talk because you're wanting to be part of somebody else's positive energy, and we're all here today to do that. And that just proves my point that we're partnershiping and we're building a relationship together, and strengthening that, and we're being open to that because maybe some for a while we haven't been. My husband and I talked about that too, and that's one of the things that he's been working on is not being shut down, like to be open to reaching out to other people where we used to be a little shut down and within ourselves, that we're willing to take that chance again to put ourselves back out there to like-minded people, right? It matters who you're building the relationship with. Focus on good people. Okay. The other thing I noticed that's paralleling is projects are progressing. I don't know about you, but there was a while there in March and a little bit of the April. And I think that was because tax season was really in my head too. But it seemed like I felt like almost stagnating. Even though I was progressing and doing things, it felt hard to get things out and to progress. And I felt like something released. And I'm noticing that too, because like I said, all of a sudden everybody was coming forward with diploma requests and people are being more interactive. And I'm seeing, in my own life, my husband's life, and the lives of students, that things are progressing now at a pretty steady clip. So I'm noticing that happening. A release of blocks, um, open to more friendships and everyday people, right? Like people that you would just say, oh, well, they're just a work associate or someone I'm around. You're looking at them and saying, no, I actually see you as a friend. And that's good because you're seeing peace, love, and harmony in more places. And contrary to what we're seeing in the world, right? Um, and I already said this, but letting go of being shut down, right? We shut down for a while for during the pandemic and for many other reasons in our life, protection, different things, but something seems to be blossoming right now where we're coming into our groups, right? We're putting our energy into groups that are like-minded and positive, and we're letting go of that shutdown feeling and ready to step out. And I think that's why it was time finally for me to do the influencer course, right? Because they're always in the back of my mind, but something energetically has to shift for me to do it. And all of a sudden I felt like it's time because I can see the ripeness of all the people that are commenting. They're ready for that next step. And I want to be that person to add a positive perspective, that can help you get through things that I've had to learn how to get through. Right. And we all do that a little bit differently. That's why, like, I'm putting out a course, but a lot of you guys have techniques and things just like, I learned on my author page, when Brittany mentioned what she does, it's like, okay, her perspective helped me. It's like I put that into my storehouse and I have that now. So we all benefit from sharing our love and light and our wisdom and how we cope with things through perspectives. Okay. Let me see. That's a really good point. Okay. The release is happening in the eclipse. Yeah, and we have the pink moon too. We have the eclipse, but we have the pink moon. If you're not with the Pobatir Association, check it out. Thank you, Brittany. Okay, so that's the other thing too, is I wanted to just give you quick updates and then we're going to play Taboo and win some prizes. Okay, so if you're not a Pobatir and you are thinking of being a Pobatir, what that is it's a POBA globally branded association, meaning you've been vetted by me, a global brand, and you are part of my association. I vet you for your education that you have with POBA, and also business practices and ethics, right? Because we are a love and light group, a love and light academy. And so those expectations are there. I created a couple, I kind of put out a letter to all of my current Popeteers and asked them certain things that I could do to make things better. And one of the brilliant things that that came back, Brittany, thank you, which was, to create a certificate, an annual certificate of association, which I did. There are 3 new things that are going to happen for Pobatiers, and one is I offer now, and it's already up there, and I'm going to be releasing this today also on all the social media, so you guys are hearing it. The Pobatiers all heard it first, but now you guys are hearing it. That first of all, get it by Friday, because it's $20 right now for the entire year, and it renews every year, and you can choose. You'll get a reminder if you want to continue or not. You will get a certificate of association. That's frameable. It's really pretty. You will get that every year, plus a bunch of other benefits and logos and stuff like that. But the thing that I added on new is there's going to be a Pobatier live stream. I don't do these coffee dates all the time. So I'm going to be focusing on doing once a month, doing a live stream for Pobatiers only. And it'll be much like this, but I'm thinking, some of the Pobatiers will give me, I'll be listening for what the things they want, and I will be catering to them based on what they want, teaching if I need to teach something or whatever they want. That's what I'm going to do. So that's going to start happening once a month on a schedule. It's going to be the last week of every month. Okay, so I already have it scheduled for May. I think it's the 29th. Once you join, you're going to see a whole back end. You get your own website with POBA, and you have all these pages that you can go through, and there's all these things that I offer. So the association is going to go from 20 to 25. So you have until Friday to get it for $20. So go to whatever website you want to go to, Place of Bliss Academy or Place of Bliss Sanctuary, go to the Pobatier and buy it before the price goes up. Okay. You will automatically get the things that I already said. The certificate is already up there. All the logos are there. You will also get a welcome postcard from me, and it is the picture that is now on the Place of Bliss Sanctuary website, which is all geared towards the community. You're going to get that on a traditional postcard. I just had them made, and as soon as they come in, I will be mailing everybody out a postcard with my personalized message. It will not come with a envelope, so if it's a little beat up, that's just them's the breaks. That's the way it is, because it's postcard style, right? So I'm going to write you a personalized message, and I'm going to send that out, and you will have that card. And I was so excited. I just updated that picture and I put Minuet, Celia, and Sakara in the picture because they are or have been POBA mascots. And so I thought it was good to put them in the pictures. Celia and Sakara are gone now, but they are cataloged forever in the POBA videos. And so they will always be there. So that's really exciting. So there's 3 things that are brand new to it. So the live stream, the association certificate that's beautiful, and the new welcome Pobatier postcard that you will get snail mailed to you. So those are the 3 new things. Okay, what else do I need to tell you? I created two other new things on either one of the websites. You can get it. Soul Care Cameo, which is a healing service. But what I do is it can be anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes. And I think I put 20 to 30, but I did one and it's like, who am I kidding? I can't just talk for 20 minutes. I'm always worried I'm not going to talk enough and then it goes too long. So anyway, the Soul Care Cameo is a new innovative way of getting your healing and your personalized healing through a video. The fun part is that I have a trailer that I personalize and I put your name into, and then it leads right into all the things that you asked me. When you do the Soul Care Cameo service, right after you purchase the Soul Care Cameo, it's $85. Once you purchase it, right underneath there is a form that you fill out that asks you questions, and I will get that emailed to me. And this is what I base the Soul Care Cameo on. So the trailer is personalized with your name in it. It's really soothing. My husband listened to it when I was sharing it to him, and he goes, "God, that just really relaxed me." And I'm like, that's the whole point, is I want the entire thing to feel healing and for you. So I personalize that, and then it goes right into your personal healing. and we talk about it. And I sit here like this, not necessarily with that background, but we sit and we just talk, and I go over everything that you talked about and that you needed help with or encouragement on. And I talk to you personally, and the whole time I'm putting your name in it and all of that stuff. And you have that forever. That is your private link. I will send you a link at the end of it, and you will have a message from me with forever access to that link. And it's a private link that you get. I email it to you, and then it's yours forever. So that's something new that I'm doing, and it works. It's something that's in alignment with my feeling vision. I still do live. If someone wants like a Zoom call, I can still do that. But I've found that people are wanting to take in their healing a little bit differently. And something in me just thought of this idea like a cameo, but to sculpt it towards healing. Okay. Now, the next thing that I'm doing is called a coffee date cameo. And this is a personalized video for motivation. So the same thing, you purchase the cameo, and I think the cameo can be anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. You can purchase that, and you fill out the form after you purchase the cameo. You fill out the form, and it gives specific questions so that I can do your cameo. And it's really about picking the motivation that you need, so that you literally, I just in my mind thought you could wake up every day saying like, okay, I'm working on something, or maybe you're struggling with something in particular, and you say, I need help with this. And then I send you this video that's pumping you up on this. So you literally could listen to it every single day when you wake up and get that rejuvenation every single day. And again, it's a private link that's just for you, and it's unlimited access forever. So you have this positive video that you can keep watching over and over. So those are the two new kind of services, I guess, they're services, but digital in a different way. They're like digital product slash service. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? They're on both of the websites. So no matter which website you're on, you can have access to those. Okay. So that is what I wanted to go over with you guys. Oh, and I forgot that I had printed this. This is what the certificate looks like. Okay. So this is the certificate. Hopefully you can see it well. This is the certificate for the Global Brand Verified Association certificate, and it has the year on it over here, and it will change every year. And I don't know if you guys have noticed also that the all the logos that you have access to, multicolored logos as well, that you can use for your digital media, and the breakdown of how you can use that it's all in there. But it has the year very light in it. And every year I change the certificate and I change all the logos, so that every year you know who's current, if they're using the logos, because they're going to change every year. Okay. So let me see if there's anything else before we play a couple of rounds of Taboo. So thank you. So anyway, you guys, if you had any interest in joining the Pobeteer Association, I'm really going to be focusing on that now, and really bringing as much value to it as I can. There's a whole love and bliss blog that I type in, usually weekly. And I'm really encouraging people to start commenting, because it's good for me too. When I have no way of knowing if anyone's reading these or not. So when people comment to me on the Love and Bliss blog, as a Pobeteer, I know that you're there reading it, and it gives me motivation. So I would greatly appreciate, all Pobeteers to comment when they read the blog. It really makes a big difference. Okay. So let me see. My badge is on my website. Exactly. You can use your Pobeteer badges anywhere. And oh, by the way, you guys, go to my website at SufaniWeismanGarza.com. And if you want a spooky, I'm like spitting on myself. If you want a spooky review badge, it's free and it's fun. It's like a bat. If you're into spooky things, you'll love it. I think Brittany, you already have it. But if you love using your badges that way, please go on there and also listen to the stories. There's two, since I changed my story, my spooky reviews, how I'm doing them. They're not just book reviews, but they're actually stories now. They're really fun to listen to, and people seem to be liking them. So listen to those too, if you guys like to listen to spooky stories. Okay, so let's play. Where's my Taboo? Let's play some Taboo. So here's the way it works. I better write this down too. I'm going to say things without actually giving away the word. If you guys haven't played Taboo, this is how it goes. I can't give you the actual word. I'm just going to give you a word. And then what you guys will do is just start guessing. And the first person who guesses it right wins a prize. So what I have is I have some free ebooks to give away. And you will be able to tell me which ebook that you want. Okay. Sorry. Let me figure this out. Okay. So let's play. Okay. Which side am I supposed to grab? Okay. Ready? I need a drink of my coffee. Get a drink. Okay. Okay. So it puts off luminance and it usually hangs. It hangs down. It's found in a lot of ritzy houses and also spooky ambiance. Like think of old mansions and these things are hanging from the ceiling in every room. They illuminate. I can't say the other word. Any guesses? Okay, who got it first? Charlie, you got it first. Chandelier. Okay, so Charlie, here's the deal. You have to email me at Sufani at Place of Bliss Sanctuary, or if you can instant message me on Instagram or Facebook, whichever. And I believe actually email me is best. Email me your email address. Actually, I need your email address unless you want to put it in here right now and I will write it down. Okay, so Charlie, which book do you want? True Stories of an Urban Shaman, which is a memoir that catalogs a lot of my healing and the enchanted magical stuff that happened? Or do you want a scary story, a thriller, 1377 Ricopee Lane? I have both of those on ebook. Which would you like? Okay, you let me know. And you can put your email down here and I can write it down right now and I'll send it out right away. Or you can email me for it and I will email you back. You want the spooky book? Yay. Okay. So you get Ricopee Lane and it's a 2-parter. So you're going to get the first book in the installments. And I'm working on, the second book is right now being recorded. It's already out there in print and ebook, but my voice actor is doing it right now. So audiobook 2 is coming soon. Okay, so just make sure, Charlie Jean, that you email me for your Ricopee Lane book so that I can send that out to you, okay? All right. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This is funny. You guys, we've been talking about. Okay, so part of the hint is we've been talking about this and what happens when you put yourself out there and these types of people, good people show up, but also these kind of people also show up and they have endless things to say about everything and they're often not nice. And we have a word for them. Okay. Chandela, yes, troll. Okay, so that's funny that popped up on my card. Okay, Chandela, do you want the scary Ricopee Lane book or do you want True Stories of an Urban Shaman? And that one is recorded in my own voice. Which one would you like? Okay, let me know. And Chandela, also, I need your, okay, I would love the shaman book. Okay, so Chandela, do you mind giving me your email address here? Is that your first name, Chandela? Is that your real name or is that just a handle? Okay, so you want the shaman book, shaman ebook, or audiobook, I should say. Okay. Okay, so Chandela, you need to email me at Shandley. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna really quickly, you guys, I'm gonna put my email address in case because if you all need it, I'm kind of blocked here with my left hand here. It's Sufani. Oh my gosh, at place of bliss sanctuary.com. I hope that all turned out right. Oh, it's all caps too. Sufani at placeofblisssanctuary.com. Shanley. Okay, I've read stories. Okay, perfect. Aw, okay. Okay, so that's my email address. If some of you don't have something to write down with and you don't have my email address, placeofblissacademy.com has everything. Place of Bliss Sanctuary, you can get a hold of me through, many means, but I prefer you to email me because that way I can just go to one spot. If you don't have anything to write my email address down with, take your phone and take a picture of the chat right now so you have my email address, okay? And I think it's right. Sufani, my eyes are really, it's hard to see. Place of Bliss sanctuary.com. And you know where people often go wrong with that email address is there's 3 S's together and they only put 2. So remember 3 S's in Place of Bliss sanctuary.com. Okay. Um, okay. So yay. Okay. So let's keep it going. Okay. Um, all right. I have to read what I can't say. Okay. We have this big, well, in the United States anyway, it's one of the big holidays because we just get to stuff ourselves until like we're just gluttons and we eat all kinds of like bready foods and this particular type of meat that a lot of people eat. Or if you're a vegetarian, you eat a lot of corn products or something. Oh, I don't even want to say. Um, oh, Jim Stevens. Hey, I dropped in today, but short on time. I'll catch the full session next time. Oh, Jim, I'm so glad that you came by. Jim won last time. And you actually bought some merch and you won some other things last time too. Awesome. Okay. Okay. So let's see now. Okay, so true, you guys are so close. So you guys are so close, but you're not there yet. So on that particular day, there's a very particular thing that people eat. What is it? That should be like a dead giveaway right now. So somebody should be typing in what that is. I don't know what else to say about that. I'm just waiting. Okay, yeah, Vicky, you won. It's turkey. Okay, so Vicky McCabe, you were the first one to say turkey, and that is what it was. Okay, so Vicky, which do you want? Oh, Layla, hi. Lola, sorry. Hi there. Okay, my video seems to be lagging behind. People are answering before. Well, yeah, sometimes that happens with each one of us have our own personal Wi-Fi, and that's, that happens. Okay, so Vicky, which audiobook would you like? Do you want 1377 Ricopee Lane, which is a spooky book, fiction, or do you want True Stories of an Urban Shaman? That's all about personal stories of healing. And when I say that, I don't mean necessarily my healing journey. I'm talking about like actual things that happen with clients that were quite enchanted while I was doing my hands-on healing with people. You want the shaman book. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to give you that shaman book. Vicky, I have your email address already. Okay, so I will send that out today. Okay, so let's do another one. Let me see. Perfect. Okay, let's do another. Okay. We'll do 2 more. Okay, so this one and one more. Okay. This is something that we all have let me see, I can't s we all have social media. Well, I don't wanna say we all, maybe we don't, but most of us have social media, and it always requests us to put something on that social media to identify us as a person, and a lot of times we put our fate wasn't supposed to say that. Now you're now you're gonna know it. Do you guys know what it is? You're welcome, by the way, Vicky. Okay, so on social media, it requires us. Nope, not yet. It requires us to put something on there that identifies it. It identifies our person. Let me say it that way. Nope, none of those yet. We have to upload it. And we're allowed to have, like, a banner of this, but also this thing that comes in a circle. Nope. Wow, this is turning out to be harder. Yes, okay, who was the first person to get it? Charlie Jean, you got it again. Okay, profile is what I was looking for. So Charlie Jean. Okay, Charlie, well, you already won, so you already got the Rickaby Lane, so you want the shaman book, or did you say you already had the shaman book? If you already had the shaman book, let me know. I think you said you already had it because I have something else that I can send to you. Okay, so let me see what everybody else is saying. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to one more, and, Charlie, let me know whether or not you have True Stories of an Urban Shaman already. If you do, I'm gonna offer you another story. Okay, so now ooh, okay, this is a good one. Okay, so there's certain things I cannot say. Charlie, let's see, I have the shaman book. Okay, so hold tight. 1 second here. Okay. Okay. So Charlie Jean, I'm gonna let you decide. Do you want this one? Oops. Good Shoes in the Valley. Okay, and it says Lessons of Life. And it's a short little book. I think Brittany, you read this one, didn't you? And was it you or was it Margaret that read this and had said you felt revived after it? But it's a short little story. Okay, so I can send that one to you, or The Sculptured Soul. I can send that one to you if you would like that one. Okay, so Charlie Jean, these are physical books though that I'd have to mail to you. So you're going to have to email me and give me your physical address. Okay, so let me read through here. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you. I own the shop. Okay, so Charlie, let me know which one that you want. I'll just wait for you to tell me that. Okay. So now I have the final one that we're going to do. Okay, and the final one is okay. Oftentimes in movies, you see women over a cauldron and they're making this. And it's very specific ingredients that go into making this, and even herbalists do this. They make something that they call a okay, let's see. Okay, Charlie Jean, you want Sculptured Soul. Okay, hang on. I see them coming in, and I will find them. Hold on. Let me just write down Sculptured Soul. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna mail that. That's a hard mail, so I'm gonna mail that one out to you, Charlie. So Charlie, you won Rickaby Lane audiobook, and you won Sculptured Soul that I'm gonna mail out to you. Charlie, please email me to give me your address, and also for your email, so I can email that to you. Shandella, you won the True Stories of an Urban Shaman, or Shandley. True Stories of an Urban Shaman audiobook. You have to email me also so that I can give that link to you. Vicky, I already have your email, and you also won True Stories of an Urban Shaman, so I'm going to mail that out to you. Okay, now let me see if anybody got it. It looks like somebody did. Okay, Shandella, you won again. It was Potion. Okay, so Shandella, you won one more time. And so Shandella, let me know. You don't have 1377 Ricopee Lane, I trust, so I can send that audiobook to you, but confirm with me, please, that you don't have 1377 Ricopee Lane. Okay, because I can send that audiobook to you as well. Okay, should we do one more? We're going to do just one more, okay? So, let me see, which one do I want to do? Okay, this one is relatively easy. Okay, let me see. Yes, so Shandella, I'm reading through your stuff really quick, you guys. Hang on. Stu was good though. That's cute. Okay. You don't have it, so that's perfect. Okay, so Shandella, you're gonna get 1377 Ricopee Lane ebook as well. You're going to be set. Please leave reviews for my audiobooks, or not ebook, but audiobook. Please leave reviews at your earliest convenience for my audiobooks too, you guys, because I really need those reviews. And so many people got the Sculptured Soul book, but only one person has reviewed it, and I really need those reviews. So please make sure that you do that. For all of the books that you get, please leave a review for that, because it's the difference between getting somebody else to buy it or not. Okay, this is the final one for reals. Okay. It happens. Oh, okay. There's certain words I can't use. It happens annually. It makes us feel good about ourselves, and we analyze ourselves and where we are at this time of life. Sometimes people celebrate it, or sometimes people don't want to celebrate it at all. There's oftentimes balloons associated when it comes to it for kids. Ah, okay. Okay, who was the first one? The first person who got it was, Brittany, Spiritually Enchanted. Brittany Hamley, it's birthday. Perfect. Okay. So Brittany Hamley. Brittany, I'm almost positive that I have your email. Okay, so Brittany, which book do you not have? Do you have True Stories of an Urban Shaman audiobook? Do you have 1377 Ricopee Lane? Which one do you want? Oh, thank you, Shandley. I know it is fun, right? This is a blast. It's a lot of fun. We talk about a lot of good stuff. I really hope that you guys join the Pobateer, because I want to do these more regularly. There's only so much time that I have. I will do occasional coffee dates, but like the last one we did was 2 months ago. And I'm concerned that, once I really start in on focusing on the once a month with the Pobateers, I don't know how often I'm going to be doing this, but we will be doing this sort of thing in every Pobateer meeting. So the coffee dates are going to become less and less. So I'm switching this over to kind of the Pobateer one. So I really hope that you guys come over to the Pobateers and sign up. If you do, get it before next Saturday, right? Because it's going to be $20 up until Friday, and then it switches to $25. Okay, so Brittany, let me see. Did you answer me back? I don't have the audiobook app thing. Don't have Wi-Fi where I live. Okay, so Brittany, if you don't have that, is there a specific book that you wanted? Okay, so you already have Good Shoes in the Valley. Do you have Sculptured Soul? I have Renegade of Light. I think you read Rickaby 1. Did you read Rickaby, or not Rickaby 2, but did you read Pretty House 2? Tell me down below which book. I think you did I think you read Rickaby Lane, which means you don't have book 2. Let me know if that's the case, because I want to get you the right book. Okay, so Brittany, you can't do audio. Okay, so text in the thing what you want. Charlie Jean says, this is my second coffee date attendance, and I absolutely love the engagement experience. I feel the same way, you guys, and this is so fun. So please join us as Pobeteers. Go to placeofblissacademy.com and follow the link. It's also at placeofblisssanctuary.com, which is really where the community is hosted. So the way that you can understand this is that Place of Bliss Academy is more about the courses, the diplomas, and the education, the student center where there's books and all that stuff. And Place of Bliss Sanctuary is more about where the community comes together. Okay, so anytime there's community things going on, I always put everything on both, but the actual Pobeteers are hosted on Place of Bliss Sanctuary. So the memberships are hosted through placeofblisssanctuary.com. So community is more Place of Bliss Sanctuary and education is more Place of Bliss Academy. That's how I kind of have them separated in my brain. I started off with Sanctuary and grew into the school, and another website had to be made. So that's kind of how I wasn't going to get rid of one. I had to keep both of them. So that's kind of how I parse them. But every one of them is cross promoting the other. So if you're at one, you can get to the other by clicking a link. Okay. So let's see here. Let's see, Spiritually Enchanted. I'm looking for one of your spiritual books. I have the Scary and the Shaman book. Okay, so Brittany, pick one of these. Do you want this one, which is a short and sweet book, or do you want this one? And it's not. This one has 206 pages cover to cover. The other one is a small short read. It's an easy read. It's got 69 pages. The writing is about it's a 12 font writing. It's very easy read, but it's basically short lessons of life. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I'm not going to show you that because it's too small. Okay, so really quick, tell me which one you want, Brittany. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Shandley, yay, Shandella Shanley, you're a Pobeteer now. Woohoo! Yay, everybody. I hope that you guys join. Please join. I'll be able to see that today if you guys join. It's so exciting, and I'm really focused on the Pobeteers now. I really want to just make it as valuable, and I'm going to be listening to you guys. So please send me, Pobeteers, please send me what you want in your live streams, what you want me to talk about. And I will be communicating more with you guys directly to ask you what you want so that I can give you exactly what you want. You know, I have a lot of things to offer, but I really want to narrow it down to what it is that you are seeking. And it's timely too, like, right, what's going on at the moment. Okay, so congratulations, Shanley, that you're a Pobeteer now. Yay. Okay, Brittany, you said surprise me. Okay, I already know what I'm going to send you. I'm going to write it down really quick. Okay, Brittany, I should have your email address already, but will you please email it to me? As a Pobeteer, I should be able to go in there and get it, but I don't trust myself. I know I'm going to have it, but will you email me anyway? And just email me at sufani@placeofblisssanctuary.com and give me the address that you want me to send it to. Okay, that's the other thing, to make sure that it goes out right, okay, to the right place. Okay, I had a great time. Thank you, Vicky. Welcome to Pobeteer. Oh, Pobeteer love. So everybody, this has been such a blast. I really enjoy doing this. If you want to continue to do this every month, You need to go and join as a Pobatier at placeofblissacademy.com or placeofblisssanctuary.com. Join as a Pobatier. You get so many other perks that you're going to see in there that are going to benefit you, but you'll also get to have this type of monthly interaction with all of us together. It's going to be a blast, and we're building, right? Right now we have, I think, 68 Pobatiers right now, and that's just going to continue to grow. So please become a Pobatier as soon as you can. Try and get it by no later than Friday if possible, because you're going to get it at a discount. Okay. On Friday, it goes up to 25. And by the way, or on Saturday, it goes up to 25. I keep it very affordable because I want as many people as possible to have this support. And so that's it. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love you so much. I had such a great time. Thank you so much for participating and having fun with me. And let me just read these last messages before I go. Love the live. Thank you. I feel recharged. I hope all of you feel recharged. I'm so glad that you do. I do too. It gives me a lot of inspiration. Thank you so much from Angela. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go eat popcorn and go see Dune 2. I hope that you guys leave here. Well, first go sign up to be a Pobatier, but after that, go do something fun. Hopefully you have some sunshine. I have no idea. I'm blocked right now. My window is blocked. I have no idea what's going on out there. Hopefully it'll be sunny when I leave here. You never know in Washington weather. Sometimes it's really sunny, but it's cold, but it's still beautiful outside. Sometimes it's just gray. So I love it both ways, but we'll see if I'm going to get some sun today. Okay, thank you for all being such an uplifting joy. Oh, you guys are beautiful. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for everything. You guys, thank you. I just can't say thank you enough for just sharing your life with me and being part of this community. I love you so much. Keep in mind with this link, you guys can rewatch this over and over again if you want to. You will have this link that will just go right into the replay. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to start to log off here, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.